It is time for some more Gather Up Gotchard. We're talking about episode 22. Oh man, look at that. 2 twos. Fucking doing some ballet up in here. We open up on a semi-cold open? Is it a cold open? It's the implications of a cold open. Hotaru and Rine are coming back from going and getting a Kimmy. I like how it's very much implied that they're just always getting Kimmys and just hanging out and doing things. It just makes and the episodes we do see are just like the big events. And the female senpai, Renge, R-E-N-G-E, that's what the subtitles say, and I'm gonna say Renge until someone corrects me, is acting very love-struck and just kind of like, oh, which makes sense because we are getting close to Valentine's Day. And everyone's just going like, oh shit, did she have a crush? And she's saying things of like, oh man, he was so handsome and strong in beliefs. And Hotaro's immediately like, shit, we just had a very handsome man go through a very interesting character arc. Is she crushing on Spanner now? He doesn't say that, but I think it's a cute little joke. So they follow her to kind of keep an eye on their friend, and there's a fun gag of her and Spanner walking towards each other. Spanner has a bouquet, and they're all going, oh my god, is it Spanner? And then they walk past each other, and they're like, oh god, mother, Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. It could have been Spanner. And she runs to a fancy pants vampire boy, who's being trailed by a legion of fans, and it's very weird, it's very creepy and cult-like, and everyone's just like, this is a little weird. What's going on here? Well, we don't have enough time to dwell on that as we cut to Spanner really, like we were saying, oh, he has to begin to heal. He's doing the healing process. He's taking a moment to stop and acknowledge his parents' death. He's visiting their grave, and Kyoka's with him, because like he understands why she did what she did, but she's also helping him now that they are both more mature and able to handle this. She wants to help him with the trauma, so they go visit the grave that basically it seems like she's been maintaining this entire time. He thanks her, and it's just like a very sweet moment to see them like bridge this emotional gap that the last couple episodes have showed that they had. And Spanner always with a little bit of focus on business mind. He has that Sigma grind set, where he goes like, okay, so Minato's not bad. What the fuck is going on with him? You've known him a long time. And she goes like, yeah, he'll put himself in bad situations because he thinks it's the right thing to do. As we see Geron, because apparently looking at subtitles, I always thought it was Greyon, Greyon, but it's not. It's Geryon. But he's basically going like, Minato, you're a piece of shit. Fuck off. Hey, Clotho, come over here, which is the middle sister with the abs, and he goes like, here's some of my power. We're covering your abs, but you're stronger now. Go fucking fight them. And so she goes and fights Spanner. He henshins and kicks her ass. He's doing a good job. A Sabretooth Kimmy comes in and goes like, hey, I have the hiccups now. The Sabretooth Kimmy doesn't have hiccups. I do. So it's like, hey, here's the thing, we can't fight him right now, but what if we go get a Kimmy that's going crazy, that's doing weird things? Oh, I wonder who that could be. Could it be the guy who looks like a fucking vampire? As we do see this vampire meeting, and everybody acting like it's a fucking cult, including some side characters we haven't seen in a bit. Hotaro's friend, he's back. I realized we haven't seen him in a little bit. Wow. That's wild. It's wild and crazy. As they're doing some research, as the crew is doing some research trying to figure things out, and they go like, oh shit, this guy has been brainwashing people for like several weeks now. oh, we should probably try and deal with that. Also realizing, oh shit, this guy looks like a Kemi. He's a Kemi. Wait, how can a Kemi be human and speak English? Never mind that I'm pretty sure the wizard Kemi from the movie, which Majade first was introduced, spoke English. Never mind that. We're going to ignore that. Just like... but they go and confront this vampire guy, and he goes, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. They love me, and I need that love to fuel an idea of mine. And he goes like, by the way, I'm going to use your bodies to get a super chunk of love and appreciation. So he possesses each member of the crew that wasn't already there, because female senpai is there, and she realizes, oh my god, I was crushing on a Kemi. Ew, gross. It's cute, funny, but vampire possesses each of them, does the little love spell thing, he gets a super massive amount of love, and then vamooses, right? As everyone's just kind of like, everyone's getting, like, all the love is getting out of them so much, and Rine is still being possessed, and like, Hotaro's like, okay, I gotta fix it. He uses the sweater power-up, which I think, yeah, good, alright, cool, and basically forces Rine's body and gets the other guy out, like, possessing battle, which, you know, hey, fan fiction writers, just remember, Rine has been in Hotaro. I'm sorry I had to make that joke. The crew is trying to reconfigure what's going on as they go like, alright, we gotta go chase that Kemi. As Clotho and the Sabretooth Kemi, Malgam, come up and go like, hey, vampire guy, run away because you're bothering the people we hate. We're gonna fight. And so they have a big old fight, and they destroy the Sabretooth Kemi while Clotho is using the Mantis Kemi. Clotho absorbs the Sabretooth, and it's like, uh-oh, you're able to fuse two Kemis from different sets into one Malgam. That's new. Uh-oh. As the vampire Kemi guy starts to enact his plan of love, whatever the fuck that'll be. We'll find out next episode. This itself, though, was a pretty damn good episode. However, it is a pretty significant cooldown from the intense last two. But, like, that's understandable. We don't just need to be ramping up all the goddamn time. It's fine to have a slower, back to, I wouldn't say basics, back to slice of lifey kind of stuff. But even though it is less intense, it's less like, wow, bombastic, it's not stopping on the plot. Clotho gets the upgrade, Minato's being questioned on his alliances. All these different kinds of things are happening. More interesting things on having to deal with Kemis and different personalities. Spanner got some more dope moments with his new suit, and is beginning to heal, and I think that's really cool that they're actually showing his healing process and not just going like, he's better now, hey! But the Kemi guy is real interesting, the vampire guy. It's going to take a lot of effort into just empathizing with him, because he is being a little bit of a dickbag. But, you know, that's kind of the point. Sometimes empathizing with other people is hard. Spanner is a prime example of that, you know? But it is interesting. What is his plan? What is he wanting with all this love? And you know what? Maybe that's also kind of part of it, is the empathy will solve is he's just kind of wanting love and attention and people to care about him. Maybe there's some link there. But I got some links for you. You can go follow me on a variety of social media platforms. Links are all in the description below. And hey, if you like these videos and you want to see more like this, you could always go support me for as little as $1 a month on Patreon, and you will get an exclusive weekly video. Currently, I am talking about Kamen Rider Agito. So if you want to see some Agito thoughts and reviews, you can go and support me. In the meantime, we have some comments to talk about. First up, from Sakura Sentry. Yeah, this show's definitely going through a lot about like how empathy and emotional growth and all this kind of stuff is necessary, it's good, and it's the best way to build connections and friendships. But it takes work. It's gonna take work. It will always take work. But it's ever easily to break it, right? You know, Kyoka broke Spanner's trust by saying she wiped his mind, and it's going to take, it's clear, it's taken some time for them to rebuild the complete totality of that trust. Minato, even though he is being a double agent, even though he is being secret, probably has a plan guy, betrayed the trust of all the students, and they're like, fuck them, you know? It takes effort to build empathy to solve these problems, but it's effort that's worth having, you know? Next up, from Just Some Random Guy. Just Some Random Guy was talking about the theory that maybe Grayon is a homunculi, and I posited that maybe he was the prototype for the Gotchard driver. That's why he was able to do so much more than an average alchemist, right? And you know what? Addition to this theory, every alchemist uses a ring to activate their powers, uses that little arrow ring. However, every homunculi, meaning the sisters and possibly Grayon, use an object to activate their powers. The oldest sister, the little one, uses that little whirlwind thing in her fingers, and Grayon uses the golden Rubik's Cube. Fuck! Okay, that blows it out of the wall. That's a big smoking gun. That's a smoking gun right there, guys. I think we just cracked the theory, buds. But even if we're right or wrong, hey, I'm just going to put money down that we said it first. I mean, I said it on video, and Permanently Paper said it in their comment, but said here first. Tell people about it. Be part of the crew. Next up, from Slime Beast. This man has Spanner has finally learned empathy, and it only took like what, 20 fucking episodes. But hey, he's now respecting the Kimmies, and the Kimmies respect him. And it's good. It's like tough guy. It's like a tough guy, you know. Hey, I want to roll with your crew. All right, roll with my crew. You know. And Hotaro is just like a friendly guy, you know. It's just like, hi, we're both friends. We're just hanging out. Next up, from Fish Pop. I know you didn't mean it like this, but when you said Valvorad's subform, because Valvorad's not transforming entirely, he's getting different like additions to his suit, which I think is a neat little detail. But when you said Valvorad's subform, all I could imagine is a Spanner with a collar in one of those dungeons. And oh yeah, that whole henshin was dope. And I love how foolhardy and smart Minato's being. Like, he is, I don't care if I die, so long as we can stop him. And it's kind of telling that no one else understands what's, like, none of his students understand what's going on and can do anything about that, you know? Next up, from Monster Hunter. Yeah, Majade being first introduced in the movie and taking so long to come into the show is a kind of a little crap because we don't have the movie yet. That's just the pain of being an international fan of a franchise, because even if we got like official releases over here in the West, we're still not going to get the movie till it's out on Blu-ray for everybody in the world, right? You know, it's just but yeah, you know, hey, we gotta practice our context clues. We gotta got to work that muscle up to keep up, you know? That's fine. But yeah, it'd be fun to see Spanner and the toxic goth girlfriend get like a side special. It'd be cute. I think it'd be fun and interesting, you know? The skater boy and the ballet girl. Next up from Permanently Paper. Yeah, like, Spanner's Kamen Rider debut as Kamen Rider Valverad also just details why he was failing so much in the first place. Because it's very clear his personality works when he's a well-maintained machine. Everything is just working in harmony for himself. And basically, because he had all this trauma that hadn't been resolved, that eventually just wore out the engine. It couldn't keep it up anymore, so he needed to build a new engine, basically become Kamen Rider, right? It needed to be fixed, and yeah, it just looks really cool as well. And Minato is starting to feel, especially with like the bigger hints that this is all like undercover work, that he is willing to sacrifice himself so long as good will come from it, right? Like, I don't care if I die as long as he gets taken down. And like everybody who knows that aspect of him are just gonna go like, oh shit, fuck, oh no, you're on sacrifice road. No, don't do that. And yeah, Legend will show up eventually. I don't know how or where, but fine. Okay, I guess. Whatever. And finally, from Esconde. Like we've been saying, Minato definitely has a big brain plan going on. Is it self-sacrifice to just take down Greyon, or is it just to get information? It all depends. I'm starting to lean much more to self-sacrifice, especially with the way Kyoka was talking about him, right? And here's the thing. I can understand the complaint of, I don't know, I wish Spanner got his own belt. I'm okay with them reusing toys for Spanner. And one part, it makes the show easier to produce. You know, it's cheaper, it's easier to do. But in another way, it does kind of show him growing in a strange way, that before he'd be so adamant to not have something that went, gotcha and go, or something like that, right? But now he's okay with it. Like, he doesn't have everything drenched in Edge Boy bullshit. Like, he's able to grow and accept things a little bit more. And it's been pointed out, like, Hotaro and Rine both have both when they use cards, it equals up to 10, while Valverad has cards that are equal numerically, which I think is interesting because basically it's two different ideas of equality. Hotaro and Rine's is equaling up to a base unit of number, while Valverad is equal on like the scale. And so you have the big one, which equals to 12. You have 6 and 6 being the base form, and anything lower seems to be for flickety-flockin' power-ups and little weapon attachments. And I think that's a neat idea. I think that works well within the logic of the show to be cool, you know? And yeah, the way Valverad is becoming friends with the Chemies totally fits his character, but also like really totally fits the growth he's going through. He's willing to accept the help, but he's not being overly friendly with it. He's not gonna force them to be friends, but if they want to follow him, they will. He's happy to have them. It's just really cool, really interesting growth for Spanner, and a really interesting development for a character like this. And that's what I think Gotchard's really good at. It is a pretty standard shonen action series, but it does things in a new and interesting way. Oh, the main partner side character is Rine, a girl? That's not a common occurrence. The main way the hero is saving the day is through empathy. Oh, that's pretty cool. The Edge Boy rival character is only way to get more powerful is through the power of empathy, but it's not the same kind of empathy. This is neat. These are all oh, the mentor character leaves midway through, not through like a death or a sacrifice, but because he's going undercover and betrays our hero. These are all interesting ideas, and I think that's what Gotchard's really cool at. It needed to set up your base standard stereotype idea of a standard shonen kids show to do these small, subtle subversions later on. And hey, it's really good. I really like this episode. I hope you really like this episode, and I hope you really like this video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, do all that and more, and I shall see you. What the fuck is up with my tongue? I shall see you next time.
Big thank you to my Patreon supporters, Esconde and Scott Firestein.